is he didn't just shoot Jesus into the world, the minute that he created the world or the minute that Adam fell or whatever. There's a long process building the case for what this is going to be and what it's going to accomplish. And if we're going to understand what God has done and what it is that we're a part of and where this is going, then we have to understand it in the way that he wants us to understand it. And that means that we have to do the work of building this case piece by piece, stone upon stone, word upon word. And that there's just no easy way to get around that. So I say that just again, because I'm sure that our previous episodes, some people were saying, wow, I have no idea what these guys are talking about. This just seems over my head. All I care about is that Jesus was fully God and he died for my sins. Well, we can't leave it there and think that we really understand what the scriptures are about. So there's a way in which God builds the case for our understanding of the person and the work of Jesus, and that includes this issue of incarnation, the Word becoming flesh. So that's kind of our goal in that way, and that's what we mean when we say that the Bible doesn't present this thing of incarnation in terms of these abstract, isolated philosophical categories of deity and humanity stuck together. And those things don't really help us to understand the person and the work of Christ. But rather, this is ultimately, if we know the story, if we know the Old Testament story that begins in Eden and the calling of Abraham and the history of Israel, then as you said, even in your question, we understand incarnation in terms of this is how the God of Israel, who promised to return and to liberate and to heal and to restore, to put all things right. This is how the God of Israel is accomplishing that work. And he's doing it by taking up Israel's own life and lot, Israel's circumstance, Israel's brokenness in himself, in order to heal Israel from within so that Israel can be the light of the nations and accomplish its Abrahamic mission. This is the fundamental way that the Bible understands incarnation. And that's why we talked about the servant songs the last time, because that's what you see. God's going to return in connection with a servant who he raises up from within Israel and whom he empowers by his spirit. This Israelite, this servant is man of the spirit. And in and through that Israelite, in and through that son, servant, disciple, and witness, Yahweh will accomplish this work that he has promised to do. That's the way the scriptures want us to start with understanding this idea of incarnation.